Welcome to Plan9Crunch. I'm Doug Gibson. We're going to do a movie review today. It is of Twins of Evil, the third of the Hammer Films Karnstein trilogy, which is based on Carmilla, the famous novel of a vampire. This is the least like Carmilla. The first two were The Vampire Lovers with Ingrid Pitt, and there was Lust for a Vampire with Jut Stensgaard. The Twins of Evil stars the give me a second here. They were twins, and they actually appeared in Playboy, believe it or not. Mary Collinson and Madeline Collinson, and they're very attractive. Both have sadly passed away. This film was from 1971. Mary played Maria Gellhorn, and Madeline played Frida Gellhorn. And one twin is virtuous and good, and one twin is not. And Peter Cushing plays Gustav Weil, and he is a witch hunter. And he has this thing called the Brotherhood, and they're going around burning young women to death. And these clodhoppers are burning to death innocent people. There is a conflict here because there really is vampirism in the plot of this film. But the Brotherhood, led by Cushing, who is an extremist, and at the same time, probably a decent man in many ways, but they're frightened and they're led toward prejudice to go after women who are different from other women, perhaps, young women unprotected. And they're afraid to go after the real bad guy, which is Count Karnstein, played by Damon Thomas. He's protected by the crown, we're told, okay? So he can do all sorts of bad things and not have any problems. Otherwise, the poor underlings, they live in terror because the Brotherhood is out there accusing everyone of being a witch. So that's the theme of this movie, is fanaticism as much as catching the vampire. And Peter Cushing's character, while you abhor what he's doing evil things. He firmly believes he's trying to do good. He reminds me of Boris Karloff in Isle of the Dead, where he played the Greek general who was keeping everyone there and also would kill soldiers for what some might perceive as minor infractions, okay? So this man that you abhor what he's doing, but you see he's trying to do good. It's a very complicated character. Jack, could you show us a trailer for Twins of Evil? So we're going to watch the trailer now, and then we'll go back to talking about the film.
Oh, God, have mercy on this poor, unfortunate creature.
In old Gothic Europe, they had two burning passions: witch hunting and devil worship.
Practice the black arts. They worship the devil. They're all slaves to Count Karnstein, and he is their evil master.
Do you know what I want more than anything else? To meet Count Karnstein.
They look alike. They dress alike. Two identical beauties. But one of them has the very devil in her.
For you, all pleasure should be supreme.
These are the men they call the Brotherhood.
Seek out the devil worshippers by burning them!
And this is the sister who is about to enter the Devilhood.
Look, what do you see?
So beautiful. This time, watching the film,
We are the
I focused
undead,
more on
immortal.
Cushing's character,
The devil
of
has
the
sent me.
conflict of extreme
Twins of
he's
evil.
trying to protect his mentors and his people, but doing horrible things to do that. It's not an everlasting thing in humanity. You see people doing things that are horrible, and they're trying to do something they believe is right. And I found that very interesting. And it's a strength of watching this movie as well.
You will be
We're getting
Maria now,
near the end of the trailer, I
unsuspected.
believe.
good and kind. Think of the havoc you can cause.
I thought it was your sister that I loved. But now, I know. Maria.
Have you viewed the Plan9Crunch?
Twins of evil.
Okay, Jack, we're done with this now, okay? Peter Cushing, as I mentioned, plays Gustav Will. Mary Collinson is Medea. Madeline Collison is Frida. And they are nieces whose parents have died. And so Peter Cushing and his wife, they're sort of their guardians now. And Maria, who played by Mary, is actually a pretty virtuous, easy child to deal with. Frida, played by Madeline, is kind of a thrill seeker, and she feels restricted at their house. And the guy that plays Count Karnstein is Damian Thomas, who was a well-known actor back then. And one night, Frida goes out to visit him. And Frida is pretty mean with Mary. She threatens to beat her up and do things to her if she'll tell. Now, Count Karnstein's obsessed with evil and Satan worship. And so one night, he manages to bring back the Countess Marcella Karnstein, who is the force in all these 3 trilogy movies. And so the Countess is played by an actress named Katya Wyeth, a model in England, who's perhaps best known for being in A Clockwork Orange. But she turns Count Karnstein into a vampire. And when Frida goes to visit him, Karnstein's having fun by killing a peasant woman he sort of kept around. And then he turns Frida into a vampire and sends her back. Now, Frida doesn't want to. Frida is embracing what she is. But for a while, she doesn't want to get Maria in any trouble. Now, there is a skeptic in the ranks who doesn't believe in the vampires. And he's accurately pointing out that Cushing's character is going to extremes you can't really defend by killing these unprotected people, burning them. I mean, it's horrible what he's doing. His name is, where is it real quick? Anton Hofer. I watched this movie a couple days ago again, played by David Warbeck. And he's teaching a lot of the girls in the class. He's one of the teachers. And there's a scene with him with the 2 sisters. Well, his sister is Ingrid Hofer, played by Isabel Black, who, if you're a Hammer fan, Kiss of the Vampire, 1963, she's in that film. And she gets attacked and killed by a vampire. And he encounters her body. And so the rest of the film, I don't want to give away too much of it, but the rest of the film has Anton, who is also falling in love with Maria, sort of trying to tamper down the fanaticism of Cushing's Gustav so they can work together to stop the vampire killings, because there are a lot and the people are all worked up. Hofer is also reminding these men in the Brotherhood that they are cowardly because they are not going after the people who are protected by the crown because they fear for their own lives. But they're dealing with vampires and they have to take the risks. Now, I'm not going to give away the end of this movie, but there is a scene where Frida is captured and she is put in jail, and they're going to have a perfunctory trial and probably burn her. And Karnstein, and he has an accomplice, an African-American servant. And they sort of hypnotize the jailkeeper, and they take Maria, by the way, out of her bed. And they put her and substitute her for Frida. And so Frida's back with the vampire, and poor Maria is, because she looks just like Frida, is going to be burned at the stake. And of course, there's a whole thing of Anton trying to save her. I don't want to give away the plot, so I won't say any more. But this is an excellent film. It came to the United States in I think it was released in the United States in 1972. And it was on a double feature with Hands of the Ripper. This film is a very pleasing movie. If you like Hammer films, you like horror films and vampire films, you'll enjoy it quite a bit. It's one of these lean, mean movies. It's less than 90 minutes. You don't have any kind of wasted dialogue or things like that. It gets right to the point. And this was the last movie that Mary and Madeline Collinson made. It's a worthy selection in the Hamner film. We recently did, like I mentioned, Vampire Circus and Countess Dracula, and those are good movies. But I kind of like this one the most, even though it's probably a little more chaste than the other ones. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this. I mentioned that Katya Wyeth is Countess Maricela Karnstein. Originally, they wanted Ingrid Pitt, but she declined the role. Pitt, of course, was in Countess Dracula and also in The Vampire Lovers. So anyways, we hope you enjoyed this at Plan9Crunch. Twins of Evil. Watch it. You can, I think it's on these streamers for free, like Tubi, and perhaps Amazon. And so it's also very inexpensive to purchase. And we're Plan9Crunch at YouTube. You can like us and subscribe. You can like us and subscribe at TikTok. And also our Facebook page, Plan9Crunch Podcast and blog. And we have a blog ourselves in which I mentioned I reviewed Twins of Evil. And that is plan9crunch.com. Thank you very much. And that's a wrap.